So Zowie Divina is a brand new tournament series. They flew you out to Shanghai. You had the opportunity to represent North America against 47 other females from across the world. How did that series hold up against the rest?
Yeah, for my first international tournament, it went really surprisingly well because they accommodated us and went above and beyond to make sure the players felt like they were at home and comfortable and playing on setups that they felt comfortable with. So yeah, like with the zone, they taught us how to use it. They showed us how to configure the monitors, the audio, the graphics. It was pretty intuitive for the most part. So even if they didn't have to explain it, like you could pretty much go in and see, yeah, swap it up. So again, like I pulled the monitor close to my nose, 2 inches away, and because that, you got to shoot the, zoom in, shoot the heads, and you be as close as possible. So I did that, and yeah, it was like really nice. It was a really nice setup. PUBG ran like butter, and I honestly, it made me actually enjoy playing PUBG on a setup that could actually run the game, because not very many, it's an ongoing meme that, you need like 1080 Ti's just to run that game. But with the zone, it ran really well, I would say. And yeah, they made us feel like home. Like a lot of the players, this was their first international tournament, like it was for my first international tournament, even though I've been to other lands within the States. Internationally, I would say that was my first one. They had players of all ages, and so to accommodate players of all ages and from different countries, I think they did a really good job on that. So.
Initiatives to support women in esports. How do you think your fans or viewers as a whole can show their support?
Yeah, they can express their support by following me, as well as the other teams and participants in the event, as well as the qualifiers leading up to it, such as the Divina Asia qualifiers, which will figure out the last 2 remaining teams who will fill in for the main event of the tournament.
After the DIVINA PUBG Invitational, you get picked up randomly by CLG Red to participate at WESG 2018. How did that fall into place, and is there anything interesting you want to tell us about that story?
Yeah, that story was honestly how that all played out was really crazy, because 2 days before the event, they had to find a replacement to fly out because one of their fits, they got denied a visa. So they knew I had a visa from the Zowie Divina PUBG Invitational that I got invited to. And so they came to me, asked if I was available to come, knowing that they knew my past experience in CSGO, and even though they knew that I hadn't played in over half a year, they were comfortable with me going. I was comfortable with it, so we ended up flying out and actually winning the event. So it all worked out for both of us. They didn't have to forfeit or drop out of the event, and I got to go and compete in CSGO, which this is why I'm actually here now, because I wouldn't be trying to qualify for Spain if they didn't honestly bring me back to play, because it kind of reignited just me wanting to play CSGO again.
Now with the DreamHack Showdown North American qualifier, what prompted you to pick up and create a team with Miss Harvey on such short notice?
Yeah, so we initially wanted to go into the qualifiers, just creating a team just for fun. So we took together all the remaining free agents that we were, friends with, and we put together a team under the name of Forever 21, went into the qualifiers, and by the end of it, we came out on top of our side of the bracket. So now that we've qualified and it's kind of kicked in that we're going to go to this tournament, I think we're going to want to do some damage and put a lot more effort in the month leading into the event, and we're just going to do just that. So.
And now that you've qualified for Valencia, Spain, what kind of efforts are you and the team going to be putting into preparing for that main event?
So as a team, what we're going to do leading up to the event is we're going to be watching demos of ourselves, demos of our team as a whole, and demos of even maybe the teams at the event or just other professional teams to prepare for it. This will help build chemistry, and we'll iron out all of the kinks that we have in whether it's our strats, setups, crossfires, everything. And so demo watching is going to be very huge. We're also going to put in a lot of time in individual self-practice, which is aim training maps, retake servers, execute servers, whenever we have time outside of team practice to develop and to prepare for this event, as well as making sure our settings are, we know what our settings are, save them, bring them to the event, load them up, and then just play.
So they just finalized the list of everybody that you're going to be competing against at this event, and out of everybody that's going, who should we really be looking out for?
Of all the teams, I would say CLG is the one that you should watch out for. They just came back from winning WESG and Copenhagen games, so this will be the next female tournament that they will be competing in. And although they had replaced one of their strong players with another equally as strong player, We'll see how that chemistry works out for them, but regardless, I think they're a team to watch out for in the event, aside from our team. But.
And out of the 8 teams that are competing at the DIVINA Asia CSGO Championship, do you recognize any of the players or any of the teams that are participating?
While I don't recognize any of the teams or players participating, I'll be sure to keep an eye out for it just to see who's going to be at least a potential threat coming into the event. So I'll be watching that and seeing who comes out of it, and maybe I'll have some names by, the tournament.
Now, can you share some experience or maybe give some advice to all the females out there that are grinding to get where you're at?
Yeah, so I would say for female players who are looking to become a top player or just to improve their skills, I would say participate in as many LAN tournaments, online tournaments, qualifiers, pugs, just try to grind it out as much as possible. Find a team, improve your skills with them. You learn a lot from being on a team rather than just pugging it out. So while pugging is one aspect to improve yourself individually, when it comes to team play, find a team, learn with them, stick with them, grow with them, and figure out the game sense and the gameplay aspect of CSGO.